Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel English Matters with Sunil. As I told you in the previous video, today we are going to focus on a few tips and techniques to improve our language. So usually people want to learn language or want to speak English very well, but they don't practice the language or they don't follow a few basic things which need to be followed by everyone. So we are going to focus on a few points one after the other, which will definitely help us in improving and being fluent with the language. As I told you, we are going to focus on the procedure LSRW, which is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. All these 4 points are very important. However, initially we will focus on 2 points. They are listening and speaking. To speak a language, we should be fluent with it. So to be fluent with the language or to practice any language, listening skill is the key point here. So listening skills, when you improve that, obviously a person will be fluent with the language and will be perfect with the language. So tell me guys, how do we learn our mother tongue? How do we teach kids their mother tongue? Do they learn by speaking or by going to school or to the college? No, they don't do it. How do they learn? It's just by listening to their parents and to their relatives. This is how they learn the language, only by listening, and then they practice the words, repeating after a person. If there are any mistakes, their parents are there to help them. So understand that listening is a key aspect of improving a language. That's our first point. We should remember that listen to English a lot. So what do we have to listen? So everyone these days has access to YouTube. So go to YouTube and you can get n number of videos in English. Listen to a native speaker or to any English cartoon channels too. That will definitely improve our language. Listen to news or watch some movies or anything in English. So point number 2, not just by listening to a language, we will be fluent with it. But another important thing here is speaking. By listening to a language, we get the structures. We get to know how to use it. However, only when we speak, we will remember those things and then we will never forget the language. So not just listening. After listening to something, you have to speak with someone or within yourself at least. That will improve your language. A lot of people are so conscious about speaking a language, or they also feel shy, or sometimes they are scared just because they don't have confidence levels in speaking English. Our point number 3 here is that we should not be conscious or should not feel shy to learn or to speak a language. So yes, come on, forget about the others. Let them think whatever they want. You should have this in your mind that we should learn a language. For that, we have to practice by speaking a lot, irrespective of what the others will think about it. Okay? Still, a few people feel that, no, I cannot do this, although I don't care about the others. I'm conscious about it. So then follow the next tip, which is record your voice. So there is a traditional method what our teachers or our lecturers used to tell us, that is, practice something in front of a mirror. So you don't need anyone to judge you, or you don't want anyone to tell you what is right and what is wrong. When you stand in front of a mirror and then practice it, obviously we know what our mistakes are and we can improve body language and expressions. But there's a problem here. We cannot record that. We cannot just go back and then watch what we have done. So for that, the technology is improved a lot these days. Remember, everyone has a smartphone in their hands. So take your smartphone, record your voice. There is this app called Voice Recorder. In case you don't have that, go to Play Store and download that so you can record your voice and then listen to it. So you get to know what your mistakes are. And to be more advanced, we have cameras in our phone. This is the most advanced thing to practice a language. You can take a video. There you can see how your body language is, how your expressions are, and you can also listen to yourself. So a lot of people don't listen to their voice more often. So what they feel is that their voice sounds very bad when they are listening to it for the very first time. I used to feel the same thing, that whenever I hear my voice by recording it, I would feel that, hey, is this really my voice? Yes, maybe you also feel the same thing, but don't worry about it. This is just in the initial phase. But later on, you'll get used to your own voice and you never feel the same way. Yes, so take a video, watch it for yourself and understand what your mistakes are. You feel there are some mistakes in that video, retake the video. That's my next point. It's re-record until it's error-free. Until you are perfect, practice, 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 and take another video and then check it out. You still feel that there are some more mistakes? Then practice it again and take another video until you be perfect. So to be error-free, keep on practicing it for multiple times. Maybe the first time you might record it for 8 times, 9 times, 10 times. The second time you practice it, it doesn't take much takes for you to be perfect. So you keep on improving it by practicing it a lot. The next point here is very important. Make mistakes. Making mistakes is a very common thing. Don't underestimate yourself that, hey, I make a lot of mistakes. I'm very bad with the language. Never feel this. Because making mistakes is a very good thing. In fact, you make a mistake and you learn from it. But keep one thing in your mind, that don't repeat the same mistake what you made. You learn from something, you should never repeat that. That's how you're going to improve your language. Next thing here is think in English. Thinking in English is very, very crucial. Usually what we do is we think everything in our mother tongue, in our first language, whichever the language it is. So remember that all the Indian languages are framed in such a way, when you translate a statement from your language, it gets reversed in English. So better not to translate it exactly. Remember, you think in English. In case now I'm thinking what I should do. So don't go with your mother tongue, but go with English. What should I do now? Or I have to meet my friends this evening. See, this is how you can think in English. Then you will improve your language. When you start thinking in English, that's the first step to improve your language. The next point here is talk to yourself in English. As I told you earlier, that when you have no one to speak, no one to practice, or when you are shy to talk to someone, talk to yourself. Think in English and talk to yourself in English when there's no one. You want to think about something, so talk to yourself in English. Practice it that way. Hey, what should I do this evening? Tomorrow, I have a lot of work. I should finish it on time. See, this is how you talk to yourself. So the recording part and then thinking in English and practicing it for yourself, talking to yourself, all these points will help you in improving your language and taking it to the next level for sure. A lot of people lack these points and then they don't get fluency in the language. When you follow these things, fluency will become very easy for you to follow. Fluency is the most crucial and vital thing in any language. We are pretty much fluent with our mother tongue because we think in our mother tongue, we practice that, we speak in that language continuously. So the same thing we should follow with English as well. Think in English, talk to yourself in English, and get the fluency. When you are fluent, you are perfect with the language. Most of the people, they don't have the fluency in their language. It's just because they get some breaks in between as they don't practice it. When you practice a language more and more, you can reduce the breaks in between. And why do we get these breaks? These breaks are pretty common because we don't know what to speak next, or we sometimes think what to speak. In that case, we get short breaks in between. When you can avoid these breaks in between, then you are very good at language. For that, please do follow all these tips which I shared with you today. I hope this video is really of some help to you guys. Do like the channel, share it with the people who want to learn English easily, and don't forget to subscribe the channel by clicking on the bell icon to get the notifications instantly. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.